Good day, welcome to my channel. So today I want to look at two products or DAWs, Samplitude Pro X3 and Studio One 3. So here is the starting up page. You can see the templates this side, and then you can configure or change your audio setup right from the start of the page. And then you can go to, when we go to Studio One, you can do the same. Also here, configure the device, select the different location and do your settings up there before you start with anything. You can add your picture up here, load your songs up to SoundCloud straight. That's already one bonus for Studio One that Samplitude Pro X doesn't have. Okay, so if you have a SoundCloud account, this is just gonna be so much easier to help you load up your song straight when you are done. And it does help you to fill out all the details that are needed as well. So you've got your files up here, templates. You can see Studio One has got awesome templates ready to give you that kick off. Let's start with that. Samplitude Pro X just gives you the basic templates. I mean, you have to basically go up and fill them out yourself, plugins and everything that you want to add, name it and save it. So that's already a disadvantage that you have as a musician, because you have to go in and add plugins and start with stuff and save the template. And while with Studio One, you just go right ahead at recording. You just select the template, vocal and guitar, the one that I like, and then you just go on recording. Your mixer can be shown and hidden down here. Your browser is up here where you can select your instruments. With Samplitude Pro X, you have to go basically click M, and then your mixer shows up. You can browse here. You can see how the way it browses, not very stable. It doesn't browse very smoothly compared to the browsing of Studio One. And then you've got you can go what's happening now, you can go up here at view, you can click on mixer to show it, or down here. So there are some buttons that you can click, but as you can see, once I click the mixer, then I have to close it up here. So oops, I have to close it up here, sorry for that, and then I have to click here. So it's kind of like tedious, gets in the way too much. With this guy standing right there, it doesn't come in my way, so that's already helpful. I mean, close up everything, and then you just focus on this area, the most important area where you are recording, and where your songs are recorded, your instruments are recorded, and you want to make changes, adjustments. You can click on a track and just say edit, and then just focus on that track. So that's awesome. With Samplitude Pro X, you've got to click and widen it up, close it up, and then they are too big for you, widen it up that side, and then make everything smaller that you don't want to see. If you want more space, so there you can see, but then still you won't see all your tracks or most of your tracks, as in with Studio One. You can see a lot of your tracks there. I can see how many, 11 tracks that I can see. With this guy I can only see 10 by making them smaller, and these guys are even, let me see, can I make them smaller here somewhere there right now? Okay. All right, so up here, then inserting tracks. If you have to right click on the track, insert one track or insert several tracks, and then after you're done with that, come up here, you have to color it in, rename the track, and then you can change it up here to track type or whatever you have to do. With Studio One, you just basically, you can also right click and add track, or shortcut, you can just click T track, and then you have got your type of instrument that you want to select, audio instrument, automation, or you can make changes here that you want, color it in, rename the track, and then basically that's it, and then it's in. I mean, then they are ready to go. So that's how easy it is. And then with Samplitude Pro X, you have to go the long route. So with everything in Samplitude Pro X, you have to go the long route to get to what you want. And I think that just cuts the thinking process, the creativity process, the workflow that you have. But if you get used to it, then I mean, it doesn't bother you anymore. But if you are new at and you are looking at these two DAWs, then An easier one to work with will be Studio One. But Samplitude Pro X is also a good DAW, but it just takes a long time to load whatever you want, work with whatever you want, move around stuff and so on. And both of them come with sound libraries. As far as sound libraries are concerned, a 5 out of 5 for Samplitude Pro X. Their libraries are really very decent. They have got awesome sounds, a 12 gigabyte of library that comes with it. Samplitude Pro X, if you have the bigger version of Samplitude Pro X Suite, then you get about 70 gigabytes of library. Awesome instruments. They really sound very good with good instruments as well. Studio One, I was not very impressed with their sound libraries. They didn't really sound so well. And yeah, so both of them come with Melodyne. So you get one for Samplitude Pro X, and also Studio One also has one. So those are the obvious things, basic things. I mean, walking around that. And the last thing I would want to mention is exporting your song. Once you are done mixing up here, you want to export your song. So, and Studio One doesn't give you, I don't know, maybe when you buy the full version, you get the MP3 format that is added up here. But as far as I'm concerned, it's a frustration. And as far as I checked up, different people were saying that you need to download third-party software that you can convert your WAV files to an MP3, and I think that's pretty boring for a DAW that is supposed to be a leading DAW, or a DAW that wants to be the top in the market. With Samplitude Pro X, everything is here. If you go to export, you can export into whatever format you want, Windows, MP3, and so on. Both DAWs are really stable, and I didn't have any issues while testing both of these DAWs. With Samplitude Pro X 3, they make updates every now and then. I'm not very impressed that they've kept the traditional interface. That I mean, it's pretty boring. I mean, they can really change it to something else that looks more modern and more fashionable. Like they can even do better than what Studio One did, but I mean, that's not for me to say. They can decide on that. This is very encouraging, very, very creative. Like it just encourages you to want to work in here. So this guy, you've got to really just get that passion up in you yourself to work up with this guy, and you get used to the side of it and so on. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe.